The Canadians have initiated a trade boycott against what was once their primary commercial partner for more than 50 years, the United States. This extreme action follows mounting tensions between the two countries over various issues, such as economic policies, environmental challenges, and trade imbalances. For decades, the U.S. and Canada shared a strong economic relationship, with the U.S. serving as Canada's largest trading partner, especially in industries like automotive manufacturing, natural resources, and agriculture. However, recent political changes and trade disagreements have led to the deterioration of this long-standing alliance. The boycott, which involves halting the import and export of specific goods, is considered a response to tariffs imposed by the U.S. on Canadian products, alongside Canada's dissatisfaction with the U.S. position on climate change and international trade deals. Beyond economic motivations, there are growing concerns in Canada about the increasing protectionism of the U.S. government and its confrontational approach to global negotiations. This move has elicited mixed reactions within Canada. While some see it as a necessary action to safeguard Canada's interests, others are concerned about the long-term economic impact of severing ties with such an important trade partner. The boycott has also triggered ripple effects in the global marketplace, as the U.S. and Canada are significant players in international trade, and their dispute could have widespread consequences on global supply chains and the world economy. The community has decided to refrain from buying products from the United States, signaling a major change in their shopping behaviors. In response to escalating tensions between the two nations, Canadians have taken matters into their own hands, driving a national movement to boycott American-made goods. This initiative is part of a larger effort to lessen dependence on foreign imports and bolster domestic industries. Across the country, retailers and grocery stores are swiftly acting by pulling American products from their shelves and replacing them with locally sourced alternatives. These items are clearly marked with the Canadian flag, or a distinctive Made in Canada label to set them apart from imported goods. The goal is not only to support local businesses, but also to send a powerful message of national pride and self-reliance. The shift to Canadian-made products is viewed as both a political gesture and a strategic economic decision. Many Canadians are opting for locally produced goods with the intention of strengthening the national economy, generating jobs, and ensuring that their spending supports Canadian workers and manufacturers. This movement has led to a surge in demand for homegrown items, ranging from food and apparel to electronics and household goods. Supermarkets throughout Canada have adopted a digital solution to support the boycott of U.S. products by introducing an app that enables consumers to scan items and instantly check their country of origin. The app has become a vital tool for shoppers seeking to make well-informed choices and avoid purchasing American-made goods. "This is an economic battle, and the people are our army," said a member of Justin Trudeau's cabinet, emphasizing the collective effort of Canadians to protect their economy and assert their independence. Canadians, frustrated by being seen as subordinate to the United States, have firmly drawn a line, opting to safeguard their local industries no matter the cost. In supermarkets across Ontario, signs now read, "Only local products," marking a unified effort to keep American goods off store shelves. This movement has extended to everyday financial activities, with many Canadians choosing to use Canadian dollars over U.S. currency, signaling their dedication to economic autonomy. The escalating tensions between the two nations have sparked widespread anger, with many Canadians expressing a strong sense of betrayal by the United States. However, what has ignited the most fury is Donald Trump's inflammatory remark about annexing Canada and turning it into the 50th state of the U.S., referring to Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau as the Governor of Canada. Trump's comments have been perceived as a blatant insult, intensifying the resentment felt by many Canadians. Justin Trudeau has voiced his concern that Trump's actions are not just empty words. He believes that the U.S. president is intentionally trying to destabilize Canada's economy, creating conditions that could pave the way for a U.S. annexation of Canada. This theory has added a sense of urgency to the boycott and the movement to protect Canada's national identity and economic independence from outside interference. As tensions mount, the situation has evolved beyond a mere trade dispute. It has become a battle for Canada's sovereignty and future. Canadians have reacted quickly and decisively as tensions with the United States continue to escalate. Across the nation, retailers have started pulling American products from their shelves, choosing to prioritize local Canadian brands. This shift demonstrates a strong commitment to supporting the domestic economy and serves as a clear statement of resistance against U.S. trade policies and actions. The movement has also made its way into restaurants and bars, where American ingredients are being gradually replaced with locally sourced alternatives. Many restaurants have removed items such as U.S. beef, American cheese, and other imported goods from their menus, opting instead for Canadian-grown food. Bars are following suit, removing sodas and American whiskeys from their drink lists in favor of Canadian-made products. This widespread initiative aims to lessen reliance on U.S. imports while promoting a sense of unity and national pride. An estimated 60% of Canadians have made the deliberate choice to stop purchasing American products. This boycott is also affecting their vehicle purchasing decisions, with many now opting for foreign-made cars rather than American ones. German, Japanese, and Chinese vehicles are experiencing a surge in demand as Canadians turn away from U.S. automakers, further emphasizing their commitment to the boycott. Labor unions have strongly backed the movement, adding their voices to the growing call for economic independence. They are urging manufacturers to stop importing raw materials from the U.S., aiming to reduce Canada's dependence on American goods and resources. By advocating for this, unions hope to boost domestic production and create more jobs within Canada, making the economy less susceptible to U.S. influence. This national boycott has evolved into a powerful symbol of resistance. It reflects a broader desire to defend Canada's sovereignty and challenge what many view as an aggressive and unjust trade relationship with the United States. As the movement gains momentum, the next question remains how the U.S. will respond and whether Canada's efforts will achieve the desired results. In a strategic move, Canada has started replacing American products with Mexican goods for items it does not produce locally. This shift follows a pivotal moment in Canadian-Mexican relations after a phone call between Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, officially marking Mexico as Canada's new trade partner. This emerging partnership underscores Canada's growing effort to explore alternative markets in light of its weakening trade ties with the United States. Experts caution that the long-term repercussions of this trade conflict could be far more impactful than initially expected. As Canada and Mexico deepen their economic ties, both nations may start to diversify their trade relationships, seeking new markets that could permanently lessen their dependence on the United States. This shift could have significant consequences for the U.S. economy, as Canada and Mexico have been key trading partners for decades. The U.S. risks losing not only a steady supply of goods, but also its dominant position in North American trade. Meanwhile, the economic fallout from the trade war is already being felt in the U.S., where prices have surged across several industries. One of the most notably affected items is eggs, which have seen a significant price increase. The Bermeo sisters, while shopping at a supermarket, were seen carefully calculating their expenses, visibly shocked by the price jump. Oh my God! The first product to skyrocket in price is eggs. Due to avian flu, 70% of eggs now come from Canada and Mexico. Well, no, these eggs are ridiculously expensive, they exclaimed. This price hike is mainly due to the fact that most imported eggs now come from Canada and Mexico, and with the ongoing trade disruptions, the prices have escalated even further. As the situation intensifies, President Trump has voiced his outrage over the escalating trade tensions and has threatened to impose a much higher tariff on Canada, raising it to 50%. This threat has further stoked the fire, with Prime Minister Trudeau warning that such an action would lead to total war, leaving him no option but to retaliate by halting oil and electricity exports to the United States. This potential retaliation is seen as a drastic move that could severely disrupt U.S. energy supplies, especially in regions that heavily depend on Canadian oil and power. With both nations teetering on the edge of a full-scale economic confrontation, it remains uncertain whether the U.S. will back down or continue to escalate matters, and how long Canada and Mexico will tolerate the growing pressure. The stakes are high, not only for trade relations, but also for the future stability of the North American economy. President Trump has made it clear that he is unwilling to engage in negotiations, insisting on complete submission from Canada to U.S. policy, which has only fueled the already intense trade conflict. His hardline position has set the stage for a full-blown economic confrontation, with both countries now facing substantial risks and challenges as the trade war continues to escalate. For the average American family, the ongoing trade war is expected to come with a hefty price tag. Experts predict that American households could face an additional cost of thousands of dollars per month, driven by rising prices for goods and services, along with inflation expected to surge to 7%. Gas and electricity prices are also forecast to skyrocket, further burdening American consumers already struggling with the economic consequences of the trade conflict. On the Canadian side, the effects will also be significant. With an estimated loss of 500,000 jobs and a 5% reduction in GDP. Despite these hardships, many Canadians remain steadfast in their commitment to the boycott, placing a higher priority on defending their sovereignty than on the immediate economic challenges. They are prepared to bear the financial strain in order to assert their independence and secure their country's future. As the trade war intensifies, the Canadian boycott is garnering increasing support from those who see it as a crucial response to U.S. hostility. With the stakes so high, the question lingers. Do you stand with Canada in its defense of sovereignty? The debate shows no signs of slowing, with passionate viewpoints on both sides. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments, considering the impact this conflict could have on both nations and the future of trade across North America.